Yo, welcome back to another day of Cash and Props with your boy Kirk as we start the Eastern Conference Finals today on Tuesday, May 21st. And I'm also going to give you my series props for the Mavs versus the Wolves, which begins on Wednesday. First, I want to just tell you, like and subscribe to Pick Dawgz here. I'm back in my element with the Funko Pops in the background, so my picks are going to be back to winners only. Make sure you check me out on Pick Dawgz Premium. I think I have 5 premium picks for the Celtics versus the Pacers in game 1, so I'll have a 5-pack up for that. So make sure to check that out. It'll be great value over there. And yeah, let's get into it. So let's go for the Celtics Pacers first because that's the game that's tonight. I'm going to go with Miles Turner over 1.5 threes at minus 142. He's hit 2+ in 4 of his last 5. And if the Pacers want a chance to really have a chance in this series, they're going to need big games from Miles Turner. With the Celtics not having Kristaps Porzingis, they don't have a rim protector out there really. So they'll use Miles Turner to stretch the floor and let Siakam, Halliburton, and all those guys get into the paint. If the paint collapses, kick out to Miles Turner. So I think Turner's a big player in this series, and I expect him to get 2 threes in this game somewhat easily, to be completely honest. At minus 142, it's not great value, but I like the play a lot. So let's lock that in. My next thing is going to be a series prop for this. I'm going to go with 4-2 Celtics at plus 410. So Celtics win 4 games. The Pacers win 2. I see great value in this. The Pacers only the Celtics went 3-2 against the Pacers in the regular season. So the Pacers have shown that they can do this and win a couple of games at least. The Pacers are massively undervalued by the books, and I don't know why. The Celtics are still without Porzingis. The Celtics have not played well in these playoffs. The Cavs were within like 5 to 10 in the last couple of minutes in almost every game in that series. So against a team that's pretty healthy and a fast-paced team, I expect them to keep up. I think they'll win a couple of games. 2 is likely. Maybe 1, but I don't think it goes more than 6. But I say 6 is the most likely here. And I'm going with 4-2 here, as I think that's the best bet in this series at plus 410. So let's lock that in. Next, I'm going to go my parlay of the day. Jason Tatum over 10.5 rebounds at plus 112 with no Kristaps Porzingis. Hasn't really been a big guy on the court. I think Tatum might even be taller than Horford. So he's actually got 11 or more rebounds in 6 of his last 8 games. And yeah, I mean, he's just going to have to do a lot more in this series to help them to victory. So give me Tatum 11 plus rebounds, as he's just been on the boards constantly and he's been effective on them. So I like that. Then I also like Tatum over 5.5 assists at minus 130. He's done this in 3 of his last 4 games. He's really shown in these playoffs that he's an all-around player, where I do think he's going to have to score a lot more in this series for the Celtics to advance. I think that they will send different defensive schemes at him, Indiana, and he's been proving he can make the right passes at the right time. And this should be a faster-paced game, so a lot more chances for points and all that sorts of stuff. So give me Tatum 6+ assists here. Lastly, I'm going with Big Al Horford over 1.5 threes. You know Al hit 6 in the last game, and he's going to try to look to carry this momentum in. Before he was in a shooting slump, but he was still getting the value. He was still He was still shooting 5+ threes basically every game without Porzingis. So I expect him to at least go 40% here and hit those 2 threes at minus 140. So the total parlay odds here are plus 417 for game 1 of the Pacers versus Celtics. Good luck with this. I'm definitely going to be placing this, so let's hope it hits. Over to Mavs versus Wolves. This should be a good series. I do give the edge to the Wolves here, to be completely honest, just because how much of a complete team they are. They have a superstar in Anthony Edwards, and Cat and Gobert and all the supporting cast has really just gelled that team into one team that just looks kind of unstoppable when they're at their best, to be completely honest. Um, Yeah, so let's get into it. Top point scorer. I'm going with Anthony Edwards for the series at plus 125. Luca's the odds on favorite at minus 115. But Luca hasn't topped over 35 points in the playoffs. Looks a little bit hobbled. Has been double teamed most of this time. And I think the Wolves take a page out of the Thunder's book here and defend Luca similarly. And I do not expect him to have massive scoring games that go over 35 really in this. Ant, on the other hand, has hit 40 plus 3 times and 36 in another game. He's been on a scoring tear. And if he could be a little more consistent, I expect Ant to be the leading scorer in this series. And I don't expect it to be too close, to be completely honest with you. I know I say to be completely honest a lot, so I'm trying to work on that. But, anyways, that's my prop. Ant to be the top point scorer in this series at plus 125, which also leads me to thinking Minnesota is going to win this series 4-2 at plus 500. I just think the Wolves are the more complete team. They have home court advantage where they've been pretty good this year. Yes, Dallas has been a decent home team as well, and they've really stepped it up since acquiring PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, and all those guys. But I just like the Wolves in this, man. They just beat the defending champs, and they should beat the Mavs here. The Nuggets are better than the Mavs in my opinion, and yeah, the supporting cast just has been too good for the Wolves. I mean, they have Mike Conley, who's the veteran leader. Then they have Ant, who's maybe been the best player in these playoffs. Cat's pretty good when he wants to be completely honest. Jeez. And yeah, give me Wolves 4-2 at plus 500. It's my favorite series prop in this series. So give me that. And then total threes is going to be my sleeper prop here. I'm going with PJ Washington to lead the series in threes at plus 800. He hit 23s in a 3-game span against the Thunder. And if they do anything similar, the Wolves defensively, than what the Thunder did, PJ Washington will be chucking a ton of threes. And he's shown that he can hit them. So, I mean, this is not really a shot in the dark. I don't know why the odds are like this. He has the volume. He's been hitting them. He's going to play. They've kind of gone with a 7-man rotation, and Washington's been playing about 35 to 40 minutes a game. So the shot volume will be there. The minutes will be there. And yeah, this is not a bad value bet for plus 800. So let's lock that in. Here we are, Eastern Conference Finals, everyone. Western Conference Finals. Tell me what you think of the show in the comments, please. Tell me your favorite series props or game props or anything. Tell me anything you'd like to know more. And as I said, I will be doing MLB as well in the coming days when the NBA settles down. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and I look forward to hearing what you'll all have to say.